Yeah, able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Great, thank
Yes.
you. Yeah. So the prerequisites. So the agenda for today is we'll be going through discussing about the prerequisites, what we need to know before starting WorkAto. After that, we'll start the main things of WorkAto topics. Okay. So before that, we need to know some data types in WorkAto what we are using. Okay. So nothing but prerequisites means nothing but I'm not telling about the broad thing, a simple manners. So we are seeing about data types, some data types which will be need to know. Able to see, right? Is it fine or I need to turn it as a landscape?
Fine,
Hello.
Rajesh.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you. So Workata has handling of different data types. So in that, the first thing is string. So already we know about string is nothing but a characters. So like how we have, so Workata will be defined in a particular quotations. So this is one string, and another is like we can able to write it like this as well. And another thing is like combination of um, so like this is also a one, it is also a string. So like this, the string data type will be there, nothing but it's a combination of characters, numbers, and some other stuff as well, special characters. So it includes complete string. Okay, so we'll be dealing mostly with the strings in Workato. Okay, so next we got no next thing is about integer. So we all know about integer. Integer is nothing but a number, the whole numbers. So always starts from zero. Sorry, integer zero can also be called it as integer and so on infinity. So this is the particular integer number. So we can able to call when we are dealing with numbers, we need to take the or we need to consider that particular thing as a integer. Okay. So next we have another thing as next we have the number. What is the difference between the integer and the number? So both deals with the numbers itself, like 1 2 3 4 itself, but when you take a number as a data type, it will returns. For an example, I have taken a number, but if you give something or normal thing, the output will be like 1.0, 2.0, 45.0, 98.0. So the decimal will be added over here. So it will returns in the decimal value. Returns decimal value number. So if you consider integer, it will returns returns only 1 2 3 4 like this. But where if you consider the data type as integer, data type you know, right, what are the behavior of that particular thing. Okay, so it will returns the decimal value. So if I give the input as 45 means the output will be 45.0. Output will be 45.0. Remember this particular thing. Okay, this is about the number. So we have a string, integer, number. We have string, integer, and number things. The next thing we have date time formulas in Workato. Handling of date and time formulas. So so I'm not talking about the particular what I can say in time zone things, only date time. So we have separate date data type, time data type, and also both combination D and time. I mean date and time combination also there in the Workato. So as per our requirement, we need to consider date type means it will gives only the, for an example, DDMMYY. Okay, it will returns only thing. But where time considers time matters means it will consider like if you want you will get two time means it will get both the things that can be chosen by us whether I need to take only two time, I mean only time value, or whether I need to take a date time as well. So it will returns like hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds, and then time zone as well. In this it will returns. Z means time zone. Okay. Next daytime means nothing but daytime both are combination like DD, MM, 5Y and it will gives the separator T and then hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds and then time zone value. Okay, remember these things. So there are different types. It's just awareness. I'm just guiding you or to have a uh, awareness of the terminology. Okay, what is the okay? We have these things in WorkAto. That's it. I'm not guiding you anything. Just remember the words. That's it. Okay, we'll be discussing everything in depth in the sessions. Okay, so these are the about date, time and date time formulas, both the things. But most of the time in the things we are using only we are using only date formulas and date time thing itself. Time, there is no separate data type for the time. There is no separate data type for the time, but we have only data type separately is for date we have separate data type and then date time we have separate data type field. We can able to create, I'm telling separate means. Okay, the next after date time things we have the arrays. Array is nothing but a list. We have the list, right? So always starts with square bracket. The data is available in the square bracket. Okay, array of items, we can able to call it as array. So how array will be defined like this. So it may have 1 2 3, it may have strings, it may have, so it may have another things as well. Like this the array will be defined. So in the layman term we'll call it as array outside. Okay, able to call it as, but WorkAto specific to WorkAto we call it as a list. We call it as a list. So nothing but you can able to create in this the key value pair combination as well. Key value is next we are going to see about key value pair. So where we can able to find key value pair means, so first when we are before going to that, so this is an of array. So we in this in the Workato will be dealing with, or we are creating or dealing with the array of items only. When we are getting the records, we are dealing with array of items only. When you see or when you read the records or when you get a response from an APIs or from any applications, we are getting in the form of array of items only. Array of data means all the records will be stored inside the array. Mostly we are dealing in the real time itself. We are also in the sessions itself we are dealing with arrays only, array stuff only. Okay, and next, so this is about array we need to know. Next thing is about JSON. JSON. So JavaScript object and notation. So this is JSON will be using. So how JSON will be defined? So JSON is nothing but a key value pair combination. Key value pair combination. Key value pair combination. So how JSON is defined? It is the with the so with the help of flower braces. Sorry. So it is defined with the help of flower braces. So sample JSON, how it looks like. Sample JSON, it will be like name WorkAto, name and WorkAto, comma. So ID 1 2 3. So and JSON will be closed. So this is a simple JSON. So this is the key and this is the value. Keys never be changes and values will be changing based on the incoming or receiving from the applications. Okay, this is the key and this is the key value pair. This is the key and this is the value. Okay, if you want to know more about arrays and if you don't know, just go through the YouTube. You will get many things, or you can able to ask the AI models as well, like ChatGPT, Cloud, whatever it will be. Okay, it's a combination of key value pairs. So this is about a JSON. So array can be defined with the combination of array of items. How the array of items will be defined. Next thing is we have seen about array and the JSON. So both combination is known as array of items or list of items. So how it is defined in WorkAto. So it will starts how I will told it starts with array. So first square. This is about I told about no, notation. So array. So inside array we have a JSON name WorkAto ID. So it is closed. And again another next JSON. And again other next JSON. After that the array will okay, we will take only two things. So JSON will be closed over here. Here I have one item, two item, and this is closed. I mean, this is the first starting of array, start, and this is end of array. But this particular array has two items. This particular whole thing is one. This particular whole thing is two. Like this, we can able to have n number of items. This particular thing we call it as a item. This particular thing is called as one item or one record. In the terminology, we call it as one record. Okay, like this array of items. So like this, we are dealing in the WorkAto. Okay, array of items. Next thing is about the same thing. We have extensible markup language XML. So okay, one more thing I missed. JSON. So in the JSON, WorkAto default output will be the JSON. WorkAto default output default output format is JSON. Format is JSON. Whatever you take, the output will show in, in the form of JSON, means curly braces only it will show. Remember this point. The interviews also they will ask like what is the default output format of each or in the Workato or each step output format is JSON. Even though you are getting the XML or even though you are getting array of items, that array will be defined with the flower braces as in the form of JSON only. Workato's default output format is JSON. Remember this particular thing. So in many of the interviews, if they want to test, they can as basic level 1.5 year, 2 years experience, they can able to shoot this question. Okay. Next, XML. XML we already knows that it will be designed with the help of tags. It will be so for an example, if I want the particular thing, so I can able to name and I can able to provide the name. I mean, we have all the tags over there and then we can able to name. So like this. So it is also a key value pair combination. It is also a key value pair combination, but it is defined in the form of like this tags. So we are also dealing with the XML data as well in the Workato. Okay. The next thing is about the next thing is about the CSV. What is this CSV? So for the first time if you are hearing, it is known as a comma separated value, comma separated value. Okay, comma separated. What is this particular thing? Normally we have seen the Excel file, right? How the Excel file has columns and rows. Normal in we have deal with Excel files, columns and rows itself. We have all the data in it. Okay, so here comma will be treated it as a we called this particular comma is known as a delimiter. Delimiter called as a delimiter. Like this, we have different types of delimiters like that comma, semicolon, colon, space, tab, pipe, etc. okay, etc. So how it looks like, actually I'm telling that itself. So normal Excel file rows, how you will see, but these CSV files will be opened in the notepad. When you open that, normally how you'll rows, so for an example, if you see ID, name, place, address, or country, you can take country. So country if you take, so how it will be means, if it was CSV file, it was separated with comma, or it will be separated with a semicolon like this. So between the between the things, it will be dealing with like so like this we can able to. So it will be separated with these things. So these particular things is known as a delimiters. Okay, so we'll be dealing with CSV files in WorkAto, mostly with CSV files. Okay, so like this CSV file. Normal Excel we are also deals with in WorkAto with the Excel files as well. Excel file is nothing but rows and columns. That is nothing speciality in that. Normal how we have the things, so that you can able to deal with that particular thing. Okay, columns and rows, and we can able to handle the PDF files as well. Like extraction is also possible. So extraction can be done with the help of some workaround solutions, like how we can deal with like read the file, load the file concept we can able to deal with. But if you want to read extract data, we have different approaches that we can able to see. Some workaround solutions we have. There is no direct accessing of PDF files like extracting the things. Some workaround solutions need to implement. Okay, the next thing. So next thing is about file contents data type. File contents or file data type. So one of the most important thing, Workato deals with the contents. What is this contents word? So when you are uploaded a file, when you are reading a file from a particular application, it won't you the raw data. It won't give the raw data. Raw data cannot be handled. Raw data cannot be handled. Cannot handled. Why? Because so for an example, if you take 1 MB file, okay, if I convert it to the bytes, if I convert to bytes, it will be like 1 KB or 1 less than that particular things, or 2 KB like that. So Workato deals with bytes of data, nothing but contents. That bytes is known as a contents. We call it as a file contents, means the data is available in the form of bytes only, raw bytes, or we can able to say, is it encrypted, means we can able to say the encrypted as well. But it is not an, I'm telling about, I'm not conveying that it is an encrypted encoded format, but the output will be converted into bytes of data. Bytes. Okay, the raw data, if you have 1 MB or 10 MB, it will be compressed in the into or converts into the bytes of data. Then how can I able to read that? So that can be handled by Workato itself in the backend. So when you are reading the data, or when you are uploading, or when you are sending a file to Gmail or to the SFTPs or to the target applications, it will while loading, the contents will be loaded as a raw file to the target application itself. That can be handled by the Workato. There is no any our intention or our presence over there. Okay. Remember, so Workato never deals with contents. It will deals with, sorry, it will never deals with the raw data. It deals with only contents. So for an example, I read the data. I'm reading from a SFTP. I'm getting a CSV file from SFTP. So what I'll get contents. So I need to read the data and I need to load into MySQL. I need to load data into MySQL. So, but here contents I cannot load, right? I need raw data. I mean, I need rows and the column names to load into MySQL because MySQL has a data table. Sorry, database table. In that table, we have columns and rows and columns and rows. Uh, sorry, we have a columns. We need to write the rows into it respect to column. Okay, how you will write? Definitely, we have the data, right? So if you want to read that particular thing, again, we need to go through some workaround solutions. Some workaround solutions to extract. This is known as extraction, or you can able to read or extract or something else. When there is a need, we can able to extract and we can, because to load into MySQL database table, I need to extract that particular data from the contents. I need to get the raw data, then only I can able to load, right? So for that, we need to go through some workaround solutions. Okay, and we have file contents. This is about file contents. Hope you got it right. So when you see the in the real time also, the same thing will be explained over there itself, nothing other than difference. Okay, file contents we are reading. Next thing is Boolean data type. Boolean means nothing but true or false. True or false. So whether you are getting anything, whether can able to proceed with true or can able to proceed with false stuff. Okay, we have the Boolean data type as well, whether you want when you are getting. So when you are getting a particular field value as false or true, that we can able to proceed. Okay, remember that particular things. So these are the some of the few prerequisites we got to know. So string we have seen integer, number, date time formulas, array, JSON, array of items, XML, CSV, Excel files. Mm, file contents, boolean value. What else? What else is that? I'm missing anything. Yeah, that's it. If I get anything or if I forgot anything, I'll let you know definitely. Okay. Hope you got it right. Do you have any questions till now? Any question or any point where you did not understand something? Okay, no questions. Okay. So that's all about the prerequisites or pre things, nothing other than that. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Okay, hope you're able to see my laptop screen right now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, great. So right now I'm accessing to the projects. So you are able to see null. If I open anything, think like nothing was there. That's the first thing. So don't say, oh, you have many things, folders, but I don't have anything because you have created just now. Think like that itself. If I create any folder, if I go on through the any page, think like it was empty, nothing was there itself. This is a noted point first. So Right now we are creating a project. So first we'll create a project and we'll proceed for the further things. Okay. So project is nothing but, so when you are following the separate things, we need to go through um, uh, so we need to follow some best practices. So that best practices we need to follow. So what are those best practices when you are going to deal with? Just a second.
You can't see your screen.
Yeah. I just stopped. I'll just share you. Just give me a second. I'm searching for one thing. Yeah. So we need to follow some best practices while creating a project or while creating something in WorkAto. Okay. S- So so I'll be guiding when you go through the particular, when we are going through the each topic, what are the best practices of that, I can able to guide you through that. But first thing in that, so project name, how the project name will be defined. So project name will be defined with the like the structure. So on which basis you are loading, what the thing you are achieving with that particular thing. So that we need to proceed. Like my project is something nothing but MySQL database to we can able to consider Salesforce or what you well, okay can able to consider Salesforce. So Salesforce integration, or you can able to go through this particular thing. Okay, so this is the project name you need to define like this itself. Okay, you can able to go through the underscore, but you may or may not go through that particular things. Okay, so but the project name you need to define like this. Okay, after that we need to save it as a project code. So what is that project code? So um, based on the project name, we need to make it a project code as well. So project code. So this is in the future you can able to use this project code, but how it will be. So the project code will be so that will be MD. Yes, nothing but MySQL database to Salesforce integration. Okay, so these things can be given by the architect or the business team itself. It is not involved, or it was the decision is not taken by the developers. It was given from the architect or from the business people itself, all these things. Okay, so after creating the things, when we want to go for other things, we can discuss other things over here. Okay, so when you come to over here, we need to create a project. So we need to click on project name. So while while giving the name, you can able to see what is the start point. So I don't want to take all the things. I need to go from start from scratch itself. Starts from scratch itself. Okay. So next, so what my project? So you need to go through that particular thing. Currently, I don't have that particular project name, right? I'll be giving like normal thing as well. Okay, I'll be giving a small normal thing. Okay, the project name will be like this. So I have a project. So sorry, I have created a project. And what is the hierarchy of the projects we need to follow as a part of best practices means project. Need to first create a project. Without project, you cannot do anything. Okay. After that, project contains folders. Project contains folders. Project contains folders and folders contains recipes or connections. I'll let you know what is connections and other things. So etc. Okay. So maybe folders contains, maybe folders contains, so contains subfolders. So I can able to put over here as well, like it may contains like subfolders or recipes or things. So subfolders contains may other things as well, like this. The hierarchy is we need to follow like this itself. Okay, it should not in the project itself we can able to create the recipes, but it is not a best practice. We should not do that. Okay, if they share your if you unfortunately if you build, definitely they'll get a question that whether he has following the best practices or not. Okay, so we'll be adding each thing. We'll be guiding going through the each best practices as well when you are learning the things. Okay. Okay, so this is the first thing. So after that, we need to create a folder. So hope you got all the topics listed to you, right? Hello.
No, no, no.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, maybe he may be sharing after the payment or after joining, I guess. I don't know that particular thing. So we'll be getting all the topics list what we are going to cover in the things. I think the in the website itself you have the topics list, I guess. Okay, okay. So we'll see that particular thing. So yesterday we have seen about the Oreo of WorkAto. Today the next topic we are going to cover is first thing is triggers. Okay, WorkAto triggers, or we can able to call it as normal triggers. Okay, so before in WorkAto the triggers concept, WorkAto has three different types of triggers. The first trigger is a scheduled trigger, and another one is polling trigger, and another thing is real-time triggers. We have three types of triggers in WorkAto. First is scheduler based, polling trigger, and the real time. So in the naming itself, it will defines that schedule means based on the defined format, defined time frame, scheduled based. I mean, if I schedule today, I will schedule tomorrow, I will schedule day after tomorrow, like that type of concept, like Monday to Friday, Monday, every Tuesday. These things of are scheduled things, right? Every Monday, every first Monday of the month, every Thursday, every fourth Thursday of a month, like that. So you can able to fetch the sorry the schedule. We can able to make the schedules like this. Okay. Next to polling. What is polling? I'll explain you in depth as well. I'm just telling you the brief. When I'm introducing a particular word, you need to get to know that, right? What is that actually? So polling is nothing but polling trigger. It will fetches the data based on the polling interval. Polling in the sense nothing but it will retrieve the data which is created between the time gaps or the executions, we call it as. Okay, and then real time is nothing but when the instance or record is created in the source application, we need to retrieve that particular record details immediately without any delay. Okay, scheduled we have delay, right? For an example, I have created I have created record today for an example, but it was the flow has been scheduled or triggering on tomorrow means definitely to the record which is created today will be fetched on tomorrow only. So there is a delay, but where in the real time is when it is created at the instant at the moment I need to get the data that you can able to fetch that particular thing. Okay, that is real time. So right now we'll be creating a folder, nothing but triggers. So in the triggers we'll be going to create a in the triggers we have different types. First thing is we are going to see or we are going to learn about scheduler. So I need to create a recipe. So what is the naming convention for the recipe first? So what should I follow? Okay, so recipe name. Okay, recipe name. How the recipe name? So the recipe name should starts. I mean, we are inside this particular project, right? We are having only one project. We are dealing with that. So first, the recipe name should starts with project code. It means that so with to which project this recipe belongs to. Means we need to define it as previously. Why? Because the business people doesn't have any idea of uh, doesn't have access to the edit the recipes or edit the flows, right? They can able to view the things. So when they see a particular recipe name or the flow name, we can able to call it integration name or flow name, but it is actually a recipe name. They need to know to which project this recipe belongs to. If they are dealing with multiple projects, they need to know, right? So every project has a unique code, that the code we need to start with. After that, we need to provide rec hyphen 001. What is this particular thing? REC means it is a recipe indication. So for other things, we need to go with other codes as well. We'll see that coding things. What is 001? So in this particular recipe, this is the first recipe. For the next thing, we'll mention as 002, REC 002, like that. So here, what we need to write the description of the recipe. Description means nothing but not whole the thing. What you are doing, going to build in this particular flow, what you are achieving, from where you are receiving and what you are doing. So you can able to get data from MySQL. I'm doing only reading data. Get data from MySQL. Okay. That's it. So this is the structure we need to follow for the things. We need to follow for the recipe name. Okay, remember these things. So other people can able to go with other things. Some people can go with the structure like they will remove over here. They will do REC, and some people will do like this, like INT001 means integration 1, integration 2. It's a recipe only, but integration too. You can, that will be based on the architecture and the lead, these things, or the business team even. They will involve here naming conventions. But your the real experience or the comes from where means of designing these particular things. Okay, remember this. Why I'm stressing these things means it is an important thing. It is very important for the developers. We need to focus on, so that I'm pressing these things. Okay, so the naming conventions are very important, but my suggestion is you can able to go like this. Why I can able to do other stuff. Okay, this is very good. Like go like this. This is nothing but what recipe is doing or what we are doing. So if you are doing are loading data into Salesforce here itself, getting data from Salesforce and load load into SFDC. Nothing but SFDC means Salesforce shortcut, salesforce.com. Full form is salesforce.com. Okay, like this. So let's go to the thing. So right now I'm doing the scheduler itself, right? For the first recipe, I'll follow the naming convention. For other things, I'll be good going with the normal things. But when you are doing practice, when you are going through building the recipes, practicing, you need to for sure follow the naming conventions. It will be best practice for you. It will be a practice for you people to remember. So in the interviews as well, some people right now to filter it out whether he is a fake or not, they are asking to share the screen and to build the flow. That time they are recognizing whether he is building the best, he is following the best practices or not. Okay, I'll follow with VR, VM, nothing but May, REC. So REC 01, you can able to make it as, you can go with 01 as well. Anything is fine. 3 digits or 2 digits is also fine. Like I'll be going with scheduler trigger. That's it. So when you create a recipe, so this is the recipe homepage, or you can able to recipe homepage or edit mode where you can able to build the flow. Okay, this particular thing is known as Copilot. So where you have a questions or where you have errors when you are facing or how to build, it can able to guide you, but it is not providing the 100% accurate, but it can able to guide you. Okay, nothing but Copilot to how to build the recipe. I mean disabled that particular thing. I mean closed that, and this is the recipe URL. When you create a recipe, you can able to create a URL. In that URL we have a unique ID. That is nothing but recipe ID. Remember, these things, we'll be using these things in the future sessions. Okay, each when you create a recipe, each recipe has a unique ID, that this is the unique ID. Okay, and then so this is the recipe builder page or edit page. So next we need to start, take the pickup point. What is the pickup point? So here currently we are going to the scheduler. So I'll select, we have many things, but currently we are dealing with only scheduler. Create an app, so we can able to take a trigger from an app, or directly the shortcut is we can able to run on scheduler as well, means that trigger will be the scheduler. So if you see the app, so when you select the trigger, the recipe contains one trigger and multiple actions. We'll discuss. So trigger, in the trigger we have app means application, we need to select over here scheduler by Workato. So how schedule will be done, how the trigger configuration with the scheduler means we have scheduler by Workato direct application. After that we have new recurring event. I mean nothing but new trigger initiation. Okay, and then setup. We can able to call it as a setup page or configuration page. We can able to. So what step, go to the step configuration page means we need to come to the setup page. Setup page or configuration page. Any with any word we can able to pronounce it. Okay, so before going to this particular thing, we'll see about these things. So what is exactly a recipe? Recipe is a combination of a trigger followed by the actions. Followed by the actions. So each recipe has only one trigger and multiple actions. Multiple actions. So what is configured in trigger? Actually, what is a trigger? First thing, trigger is nothing but an initiation. Initiation to start something or to make something from the static to the motion. That is the thing, right? Trigger means, for an example, alarm, will sleep in the night and we have set an alarm and we'll sleep, and when alarm rings we'll be waking up. So waking up means nothing but we are triggered at particular time to wake up, right? So to wake up we have an initiation, nothing but a trigger. That is the particular thing over here. Okay, so trigger is nothing but an initiation. So after that actions, what are the actions means our daily routines is nothing but an actions. So we have n, after waking up is the one thing, after waking up we'll do multiple things, n number of things. So like this action, you can able to implement n number of actions as per our requirement. As per our requirement, we can able to read the data, we can able to get the data, we can able to do whatever we need. Okay, so when you going to the scheduler, so in the scheduler configuration, we have the time minutes. The time minute we have minute, hours, days, weeks, months, and custom schedule. We'll see it last after discussing all the things. So we know about the minutes and hours, days, and weeks as well. Okay, so that we have seen in the datetime formulas, right? The at the initial thing, what I can say formats, hours, days, months, years, and we have trigger for here I have selected minutes so that it will be a minutes only. Okay, so this minutes is known as I mean it is known as trigger every 5 minutes, means for every 5 minutes it will be triggering. For every 5 minutes the flow will be automatically initiates, nothing but how the alarm snoozes for every 5 minutes. It's the same way. So if you set this particular thing, it will start executing for every 5 minutes. If you start the flow at 9 minutes, so it will start at 9 a.m. It will it will takes the trigger. I mean execute the flow, and at the next initiation is at 9:05, right? Because I kept 5 minutes. If I keep 10 minutes, then it will triggers every 10 minutes. Nothing but 9:10 like that. So why I need to take only 5 minutes? Can't I take 1 minute, 2 minutes, three, four like that? No. So the starting or the minimum value is only 5. You can able to see. So the field can be set to a minimum of 5 minutes. Workato by default it is designed to start from the 5 minutes only. There is no like initiation to trigger every 1 minute. So if you want to build a flow, I need to trigger every minute or I need to get the data means, so you can able to go with the real time, that we can see it later. Okay, so we have a trigger. So minutes. So if I take hours means for every 5 hours it will be triggering. For every 5 hours it will be triggering. For every 1 month, for every 3 weeks, for every 4 weeks, like that we can able to trigger. So for every every 4 weeks, I told just now, right? Every fourth week of Thursday I need to hit. So I'll select days means every Thursday. So trigger every 4 weeks on Thursday, fourth week of Thursday. At means trigger at means the time where the time will be. So we can able to select whatever the time you need. Okay. So for an example, 2 p.m. So it will trigger for every 4 weeks. I mean nothing but every fourth week at Thursday, on Thursday at 2 p.m. Like that we can able to schedule. Okay. I'll be taking 5 minutes itself. If you set to 4 as well, it will throw an error like minimum set value is 5 minutes. So that I'm keeping by default, it will be a 4. Okay. So this is about the trigger initiation or trigger configuration stuff. Okay. We have the optional fields as well. In the optional fields, we have time zone and the start after. What is this actually? So time zone means I told we can able to select any time zone. So we have n number of things. We can able to select IST as Kolkata. We can able to set the time zone. By default, I told WorkAto default is Pacific time zone. So after start after, what is the meaning of this particular field? It is enabled only at the initial setup or initial creation of the recipe. When you start, when you test the flow or when you save the flow, after saving, when you test it or when you start it, the field will be disappeared. So means when I need to start. So for an example, if I kept nothing over here means if I start the recipe, it will start triggering. But when I select a particular start after, for an example, I kept tomorrow time and date. So tomorrow date and time if I keep means, so even though when I selected I started the flow today, but it will start triggering or it will start initiating or triggering the flow from tomorrow after. So it will start from tomorrow 7 a.m. After that it will trigger for every 5 minutes. That is the main thing. For an example, you are going on vacation or leave. So you have built all the things, but the flow need to start from a day after tomorrow. So at that time, you can able to make this particular thing and you can able to go. Okay, this thing we'll discuss it later. So this is about the trigger scheduler configuration, much more things. So we have two things pending over here, set trigger and we have the custom schedule. What is that particular thing? Those two will be covered later. So after that we have an action blocks. So when I click on actions means plus icon, I have multiple things. We'll be going to discuss about each thing as well. But first thing we are going through action in app means when you select the custom application, whatever. So I told we have like 1,000+ applications like this. We can able to select any of the application. We can able to proceed it. But currently I'll be going through only the logger. Logger is nothing but similar as in the coding, in the code or in the Python or something else, we'll write the print statement, right? Print directly. So what does it print statement? So what you write inside that particular quotations, double quotations inside the print command or print syntax, that will be printed in the console, right? The same thing will be printed in the console without any, like whatever you write that will be printed. So for the Workato, we can able to treat logger it as a print statement. So whatever you configure over here, that will be printed in the output. That will be printed in the output. So when I click on this particular thing, you are able to see one pop-up is getting this like one pop-up is getting enabled. So when I click on this pop-up is enabling, right? This pop-up is known as data tree. This pop-up is known as data tree. Data tree contains each step data pills. Nothing but output of each step output data, each step fields is known as data pills. Pills, PILLS. We call it as Workato terminology. I'm telling. So this particular thing is known as data tree. What data tree contains means data tree contains each step output data pills. Each each step data pills. What is data pills is nothing but a fields, output fields of a step is known as a pill or data pill. In normal terminology, we call it as a pill only. In the professionally, we can able to call it as a data pill, which carries the data pills is nothing but the pill carries the step output value from the previous steps. or we can able to say which carries a step value or step output value or step field value. Pill carries the step output value. Remember that thing. So, and also we can able to see this is a step one, right? We can able to see. So when you go to step one, I mean step two, we can able to see the previous step output. Then only you can able to configure, right? So when I open data tree, so in the step one, I have these are the output fields like scheduled time, day, when it is scheduled, I mean triggered time, day, week, month, all those things we have data. So for every field beside, if you see, there is a small logos. What is this? So this logos defines the data type of that particular data field. Data type of this field are pill. So if it has a calendar and time field means it contains both date and time value. If it is ABC means it is a string value. So if it contains 1 to 3 means it is an integer value. I mean the data type of this particular pill or field is integer. ABC means it is again a string. If it is a calendar time means it is a date time it contains. If it contains only the calendar means it is the output of that particular field or pill is only date value. Okay, so how I can able to, so if I click on this particular thing, it can be added over here. Nothing but you are printing the schedule time. So that it is called as drag and drop tool. It is called it as drag and drop tool. So when you click over here, it will be mapped to the particular field data pill. Sorry, that particular data pill is mapped to a particular field. So in the message pill in the print statement, I'm thinking to map the schedule time. When I click over here, that particular thing was printed over here. That's it. Okay, this is about the stuff. So this is the simple drag and drop tool where it is user friendly. So here we can able to save the recipe. So for every execution or for every modifications you can able to save. For every save it will stores the versions. For every saving it will create the versions. So there is a version tracking as well. So if you unfortunately for an example you have saved five versions, fifth version is correctly working and you can able to retrieve the data and you can able to load the data. But after that someone has did changes, someone has did modifications and the flow is not working, so we can able to revert back to the previous version as well. We can able to revert back to the fifth version itself, and there is no access or there is no possibility to delete the versions. Okay, every version will be there itself. There is no any expiry, there is no any deletion of that particular version. We don't need to worry about those things. Okay, so after saving we can able to see test refresh means nothing but recipe configuration refresh, exit means exit of the page. So test means nothing but we are executing the flows. So running of recipe has three things. One is test mode, another one is repeat mode, one another is start mode. So start mode means nothing but live. It is in the live. Live means for every automatically, test means it will execute only one time and it will comes to the normal position. But wait start means it for every based on the schedule configuration, it will trigger or it will iterate or recurring for every 5 minutes. Okay, first we'll test the flow, we'll see the output. So it will be executing. So the flow has been executed successfully. We can able to see successful over here and started at this particular moment, and it has taken the version 2 for executing this and it was successful. If it was failed means it will come as into mark and the red color failed. Okay, so if I see the output, we can able to see the scheduled time, month and day. Okay, if I open first step output, I can able to see these are the first step output. Okay, this I have configured in the logger step that I am printing over here. So for logger input and output are both are same, but for trigger step, what is the input? Input is trigger for every 5 minutes. Okay, that's it. Okay, if I start the recipe, then if it start picking up the events from this particular date. Okay, so let's see what is that particular start thing. So here this is the exit of the page and this is the edit of the page. This is edit of the page, edit of recipe, editing a recipe page. If you exit from that, you can able to see recipe and the jobs. Jobs means last execution things will be available over here. And versions means all the versions which you have created will be available over here. So if I create version 1, can able to see nothing. I can able to restore this particular versions as well. So in the, if I go to second version, I can able to see that, and also you can able to version comparison as well. So compare these two versions means what is the version 1 has and what 2 version has too. So version 1 has V1 doesn't have anything, version 2 has new things. Green color means it is newly created, red color means it is deleted, blue color means it has been updated. Okay, so it is green color means it has been deleted, or sorry, green color means newly created stuff. Okay, those things we can able to see in the versions. Test cases we can see it later. And the settings means the recipe page settings. We can able to share the recipe means you can able to create a unique URL, recipe URL. This is sharing URL. So when you share this URL, the people can able to install or download this particular recipe to their workspace. So if they do some changes in there after downloading, is it changes in my flow means this is an interview question. Nothing will happens because we have shared a public URL. After that, if they want to modify that particular thing, they need to install that. That's it. They won't do any, it won't be, if they do any changes, it won't reflect for us. It's a complete different scenario. So these are the things. So if you want to test the recipe, you can able to test the recipe from here as well rather than from the edit page. And if I start the recipe means it is nothing but a live. When you start the recipe, there is no access for the edit page. So if it is showing that checking in 24 hours, why it is showing 21 hours means because I enabled start after, right? So that based on that particular value, it starts picking up the events. It will starts picking up the events. So we cannot edit once the recipe is saved or test start started. Remember that particular thing. Okay. So this is about the schedulers. We have much more things, pending things. We can able to cover that particular thing in the next class. Okay, but hope you got, maybe it is a new thing for everyone, maybe it is maybe a confusion as well, but if you listen 1 or 2 times at the beginning, if you put some hard work by listening multiple times, it will be easy only. It is not a difficult from the day one or from the day before yesterday. I'm telling that it's very easy, it's very easy itself. Character limitations.
Yeah, uh,
I
I have I have a one doubt on
One
this
second, 1 second.
recipe.
1 second. Let me
Okay.
complete a small thing. I was on the middle of the thing. Okay. So where I am? Oh shit. Okay. Recipes. Uh Scheduler things, we have much more, some few things to we'll discuss. It may be difficult, but just to go through the things, it will Workato is easy only. There is no any complexity if you follow the terminology and if you understand the sessions and you are open to ask the questions as well. It is easy. You don't want to take much things. The only thing is you need to do hard work just to go through, try to listen the recordings 1 or 2 times. If you want, if it was recording is 1 hour, you can able to keep it in 1.25 or 1.5x. You can able to watch the video, then you can able to understand the things at the beginning. Later on you can able to go with the class flow itself. You can able to understand with the class itself. Okay. Yeah. Project name limitation characters, I haven't faced it till now, but I have used about at least 25 or 30 character. I think right now only we got many character length, but I'll check and let you know. I haven't faced this till now, but I'll let you know, Prakash. But I'll just go through that. I'll check and I'll let you know on the next session. Okay. Okay. Uh, so someone is asking, you can able to unmute your mic and you can able, sorry, unmute your
Yeah.
mic and you can able to speak, Prakash. Yeah. Tell me. Yeah, Manasa.
Okay. We have only test right in the recipe.
Uh,
So and it will only test based upon the schedule. So do we have a debug mode in Workato, like each and every
yes, yes,
step we can do?
we have the debug mode as well. Not for everything. Test recipe means it will execute only once and it will back to the normal position. And in the start recipe means it will be triggering on the trigger configuration. I mean, for every 5 minutes or every 1 hour or every 5 hours, it will be start triggering the events when it is in the start mode. When it is in the test mode means it will execute the flow only once and it will comes to the normal position. So if I open the jobs, you can able. So it will, I mean, test mode means it will execute the flow and it will stop the thing. It will only one time execution from start to end. From start to end. So we have the debug mode as well, but it is debug mode is nothing for the APIs and the stuff it will be important debug mode, but for the loggers or for these things we cannot see anything in the debug mode. Okay. Debug mode is mainly used for
Okay.
the APIs, how the configuration, how the request was happened, what the payload, what the request. If you have the prior integration knowledge, you can able to get these points, right? That's what I mean to say. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay.
మండే
And
మండే నుంచి పెయిడ్
please continue on.
అదే మండే నుంచి పెయిడ్ సెషన్స్ గురించి చెప్పండి సార్.
So the training free demo was ended by today itself. Okay. And from Monday, tomorrow there is no session on Sunday. So from Monday, the paid sessions will be there. The people who has paid the amount, then only people only will have the access. I mean, the new URL, the new meeting link will be generated from the Monday. So the people who paid the amount, so those we can able to join into the session. Others cannot be. Okay.
హలో, హాయ్ అండి. ఎవరో ఒక మెసేజ్ పెట్టారండి, వాట్ ఆర్ ద సినారియోస్ అని. హాయ్ అండి,
Okay.
మనకి పెయిడ్ సెషన్స్ వచ్చి మండే నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతాయి. మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే తెలుగులో అడగవచ్చండి ఫ్యాకల్టీని.
Yeah.
ఓకే, నన్ను డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. అలాగే మీకు ప్రతిరోజు సెషన్ రికార్డింగ్ అది పంపిస్తాను నేను. వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ ఉంటుంది, సపరేట్ గ్రూప్. ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
So migration project in the sense I'm not taking any boom emails after other things. If you have any such scenarios, come up with that scenarios. I can able to migrate it into the WorkAto. I can able to explain you. I can able to showcase in the real time. There is no such thing like if you are getting any data, if you bring any API, will you please integrate this in WorkAto? If you handle this data in the WorkAto means I can able to show you in the live class itself. If I didn't work with that in the session, I don't want to waste time. I'll work on that and I'll let you know bit later. Okay, so I want to know how to handle this particular array of data. I want to handle this particular integration in Workato means that I can able to help you out. Okay. So from Monday, the paid sessions will be there. So there is no any trial access. I mean, the people who paid amount that will be having the access from Monday to join into the session. Okay. Yeah, that's it for the day. If you have any questions,
Hi,
you can able
Rajesh.
to. Yeah, hi, Madhu.
Can you get
Can I? Sorry, I didn't get your question. Hello.
hello?
Yeah, Madhu,
Ca-
please.
Can we get support interview questions and resume building in this section?
No. But I'll be guiding the interview questions. I'm not. I told already. I don't provide any documentation in the flow itself. Today's session, I told that right. These questions they will ask in the interview. They will shoot in the interview. These questions are asking. So at those questions, you need to make a document. That's it. I don't have any document. While explaining a particular topic, I'll be covering the interview questions on that day itself. Okay, and
Okay.
resume preparation, I am not providing any stuff over there. I'll be providing you the guide, real-time projects. You can able to add that projects into your resume as well if you want. Okay, I'll be
Okay.
explaining 3 to 4 projects you can able to add. Yeah.
And can we get expected referrals from any referrals from VLR training institute?
Like resumes you are asking
Job referrals.
that you can speak with Venkat Garu.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
If I
for
miss this
only.
batch, when the next batch will be started?
This is the new batch.
Okay. If I miss that this batch a different reason, so when the new batch will be started?
That I cannot say today. I can able to join in the upcoming sessions, maybe upcoming batch.
The batch also the same timing or a different time? So
That you are telling 8 to 9.
8 to 9 only.
Yeah,
The
the
time
timing.
will be changed or that upcoming new batch?
No. The same time slot. One of the person also asked that I need to change like 7:30 to 8:30 rather than 8 to 9. That I'll
Mm.
let you know. Maybe I don't know whether I'll change that or not. I'll let you know maybe the time slot. But I'm following this particular time slot. If there is anything, we'll let you know, Madhu. But I'm not sure today. Maybe we can able to change it to 7:30 to 8:30 in the upcoming days after 2 weeks or 1 week. I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And uh, and uh, I'm able to going to cover the WorkAto AI as well, like AI agents, MCP servers, WorkAto Go. I'm covering in the sessions in the training. Okay, you can able to unmute your mic and you can able to speak, Mr. Tapan. I don't know whether, yeah, you can able to speak it out. Any other questions? 2 more minutes, I'll be there. So, okay, that's fine, that's fine. No worries.
Every Sunday will be off, or Sundays also will cover.
And we can able that's based on our communication. It's not from the like training side. If you are all are comfortable, I am ready to take every day. So if you people are available, then we can able to continue from Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday itself. But why I should day, because some other day if I was unavailable on particular day, we missed that, right? So I need to cover that particular thing. I'm taking on Sunday as well. And also one more thing, as soon as thing if you complete, you can able to grab the opportunities, right? If you complete fastly, that's the intention, that's
Yeah,
it.
and that's right. For
So
me, I don't know about others. For
yeah,
me, even if we can take Sunday also, will
yeah.
be better, so that we can able to grab the jobs as
Time,
early as possible.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
If everyone okay, say okay that I'm not forcing anyone to
Yeah.
join
That
on Sunday.
that yeah, that after payment and after joining the paid sessions, like from Monday, we'll discuss all these things, time slot and duration and other things. So after joining, I can able to share you the workout topics list as well and the duration of each topic, like 1 hour, 2 hours, half an hour, like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Anything else, or we can wind up the session? Just remember that you can able to contact that phone number was also provided in the chat. You can able to contact to him and discuss about the payment things and join from Monday. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you
you.
for the
Thanks,
things.
Rajesh.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll meet on Monday, 8 a.m. Bye.
Thank you, Rajesh.